Let's celebrate our #1 duck's birthday. Welcome back to my channel. Well, if you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I am a Disney plush collector from the UK. So happy Friday. I hope you've all had a good week and have a fun or relaxing weekend ahead of you. This Sunday is Donald Duck's 90th birthday, so I thought to celebrate that I would show you my Donald Duck collection. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm not including Tsum Tsums, Munchlings or Wishables because they're just too much of a faff to get out of storage. Tiny Big Feet are getting their own collection video very soon, so again there's no point getting those out. I'm obviously not getting the things down from the loft that are seasonal, so that's Halloween, Christmas, so that's basically just Halloween and Christmas because I don't think he appears in my Easter or Valentine's Day collection. He certainly doesn't have a Pride plush yet, which you would think they would do for his 90th year, but I haven't seen anything. But also happy Pride everybody, because this is the first sit down video I am doing of June, so happy Pride month. I will hopefully have some Pride content coming your way soon, but the plush isn't available at the time of filming and they're not out the loft yet at the time of filming because I'm still in May when I film this. But the plush I can get to for you are in this video, and don't fret, I am still counting all of my plush collection, so you will see all of them at some point in the future. I also don't have a Donald Duck t-shirt, so I'm just wearing a Disneyland Paris one because at the time of filming the Donald Duck 90th collection hasn't come to the UK yet. I would really like the t-shirt, even though the Dapper Danielle on TikTok did prove that it's historically inaccurate, but I do still like the retro vibes it's giving. I don't know whether we will get the 90th Munchling, but I've got to say I'm quite disappointed that they're not doing anything more vintage. They're just bringing out a Munchling, which is cute, but I'm not 100% sure whether the UK will even get it because it's a special Munchling and the boxed ones we don't get. Sometimes we don't get some of the large ones, so I'm just not sure whether we'll get it, but if we do, I will get it and I will review it. But for the meantime, these are the Donald Duck plushes that I own, and I'm going to start small, I think. So I got this on my trip to Tokyo Disney Resort in 2019. It was the 36th anniversary of Tokyo Disneyland when we went there, and they love to celebrate everything. So I got a little Donald plush keyring. He's got the kind of beady keyring thing there, and then he's got a pin as well just for extra protection. He's got the 36th tag and it says 36th on his left foot, and I just really love him. He hangs just from the top of these shelves if you've ever seen my videos where I'm doing up my shelving, and that's where he's going to go after this video. Next one is a Posh Paws. I went through a phase of collecting these, but then I kind of stripped back my collection, but I did keep Donald and Daisy. So this is Donald. He's absolutely adorable. I love the big glass eyes. They kind of remind me of TY Beanie Babies, and they're just really soft plushes and I love them. And then even though I'm not including Tsum Tsums, Wishables, Munchlings, etc., I thought I would still include my new emo. So here is Donald. You will have seen him in last year's new emos collection video, which I will leave in the description if you haven't seen it. I absolutely love him, but I don't dress him up because you can't take his shirt off or his hat, so I just leave him as is. And then this one took a little bit of deciding whether I would include it, because if I'm not including Tsum Tsums or Munchlings or Wishables, should I include Squishmallows? But yes, I decided to. So this is my Donald Duck Squishmallow. He's just the standard 7.5 inch. He sits on a shelf in my bedroom and I just absolutely adore him. I'm not sure whether they've brought him out in the miniature size, but I'm starting to think that the miniature size is a little bit rigged because I always get Stitch, Mickey or Minnie. I haven't seen Tramp, I haven't seen any of the Winnie the Pooh characters. I really think it's rigged because until I see them I will not believe that they actually exist. But I digress. This is my Donald Duck Squishmallow. This is a plush that I bought on Vinted last year, I think, and I've been saving it for a Vinted haul, but I just haven't really been buying on Vinted. I've been trying to save money. But it is a Pirates of the Caribbean Donald. It's from the American parks because it has a tag on saying it was $13. You can see it there. And although that's Cinderella Castle, it doesn't mean that they also didn't sell it at Disneyland. But I just absolutely love him. He's got a chest with some treasure hanging out. It says Pirates of the Caribbean on the back of his hat, and he's just really cute. He's not in perfect condition or anything. The gold around his hat is coming off, but I just really love him. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, so I had to get this. And then a plush I haven't had very long, I don't think. I either got it in 2022 or 2023, is my Donald Duck Cruise Line plush. I just absolutely love him. I do have the Wishable as well, and I know I only got Daisy last year, so maybe I got him in 2022, but he's absolutely adorable. The cruise line plushes don't look too different to his normal attire, so they can't do much with him like they could with, say, Goofy or something, but I think he's done really, really well. Now we're going to go on to my around the world plushes, but because I can't really get one because of where it is, I'm just going to put a clip in from when I did my around the world plush collection, which was 2 years ago now. I think it was actually before I got these two plushes here. So I've had the one I'm putting in longer. It is my London Donald. He's not stamped or anything, so he's very old, but I just love him, and he's at the back of my shelf, so I really can't get him without bringing my whole display down. But then two that I got, I think last year, I can't remember, but I don't think this one certainly ended up in that video, and it's the Riviera Donald, which I got in October of 2023 when me and Joe went to Walt Disney World. He's a painter and I just love him. There's so much detail on him, and he's got a little Riviera stamp on his foot. I love the hotel specific plushes. You would think I would hate them because they're exclusive, but no one's stopping you from walking into the hotels and buying them, so I don't mind so much. If you had to stay there to be able to buy the merchandise, I would not agree at all, but luckily I got him. And then another one from my around the world plush collection is Mexico Donald. So some of the Epcot countries sell their own plushes, and Mexico is the only one that has Donald, but they only have Donald. You would think they would have all of the three Caballeros, but they don't, and most countries just have a Mickey and Minnie. So his foot says Epcot Mexico. He's in a poncho and a sombrero, and I just love him. He's one of my favourite around the world plushes. And then one that I've had since 2022, I think, is the 50th anniversary Donald. Now you may think he looks really, really weird, and he does, because he's missing his hat. I personally don't like Donald plushes where he's not wearing his hat, because I just think he looks so strange and naked almost. I mean, he is already naked because he's got no trousers on, but him without a hat is just unnerving. I'm not a fan. But he's got a 50th anniversary logo, and he's in the outfit that they all wore during the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and aside from not having a hat, he is really cute. Even if they just put a top hat on him, come on Disney. And then, as you may know, one of my favourite plushes to collect is the Big Feet plush range, and I of course have Donald. He's one of my favourites actually. I just think he's been done so well. He's even got a bigger beak as well as the bigger feet, and I just think he's the cutest. If you haven't seen my Big Feet plush collection, I will leave a card up above, and like I said, the tiny Big Feet collection is coming at some point. It was meant to be this month, but then I was like, oh, I've got the Disney event, I've got the Pride plushes, I've got Donald's birthday, so it keeps being pushed back. I haven't even filmed it yet because I just don't know when it's going up. And then this is the biggest one, but I do actually want to save my favourite plush until last. To my knowledge, they didn't do a Donald Cuddlies, and please correct me in the comments if they did, but I own a lot of the Cuddlies that they had, and I would have got a Donald, I'm sure. So when I saw this in the Japan Disney store, I don't think it was in the parks, I had to get him because I just love sleeping plushes. So this is a sleeping Donald. He's a bit like a Cuddlies, but he's got his head on his side. He's a lot fluffier and he's more pastel, and I just absolutely adore him. And it just makes me really, really want a Donald Cuddlies now, because how adorable would that be? And then this is a plush that I had considered parting with, but then when I started really getting into plush collecting, I was like, you know what, keep this because this is really special. So this is a limited edition Donald. It was released in 2012, so it wasn't for his 80th because that would have been 2014, so I'm not sure why they decided to do it when they did, but it actually says limited edition on one of his buttons, and they are like metal and they're quite heavy as well. He's in his standard outfit, but it just looks a little bit more premium, and he's got a fluffy tail. And what's really special is he's actually numbered, so you've got this tag that I didn't take off and they've hand numbered them. So I've got 3,993 of 4,524, and I actually bought this myself, so it isn't like a Vinted find or anything. I've literally had this since 2012. I do have a Steamboat Willie Mickey that I have from around that time that I love as well, so that's probably why I got this one. But I did start to consider getting rid of it because I don't love Donald that much. You will see that I don't actually have that many Donald plushes, because actually outside of Mickey and Minnie, Goofy is my next favourite. But I actually have more Donalds than Goofies, which I know is strange. I probably need to change that. And then the rest of the plush I have to show you all came out in some way, shape or form for Donald's 85th. So this is why I'm really disappointed that we've only got a munchling for Donald's 90th, because they really went hard for his 85th. Admittedly, it is because it was the year after Mickey's 90th, but you would think that for Donald's 90th they would roll out the red carpet, much like what they did for Mickey's 90th, but I'm just really disappointed in them. So this is something that I got on his actual birthday. Me and Mum went to the Disney store, but he looked really angry, and he's got a Donald Duck 85th tag, and I love this artwork. He was £25, which when you think about it now isn't that bad, because I'm paying more for my Stitch Attack snacks, which is coming next week by the way, and they're just lesser quality than this. So this is a talking Donald. Let me just find where he talks from. Do I just squeeze his belly? He is on. Okay. Well, that's excellent. He's on, but he's not working. But basically, he just used to talk. And he was really lovely when he worked. But unfortunately, he doesn't anymore. But I do think I did a video, because I was on YouTube when he turned 85, so I'm pretty sure I did a video and I went through all the different sounds he made, because I can't be bothered to go and find batteries right now. So if I did, and I'm pretty sure I did, because I was doing research for this video and I came across it, so I will leave a card up above if I can dig out that video, just in case anyone's interested in the noises he should be making. So like I said, Donald Duck's 85th birthday was the year after Mickey Mouse's 90th birthday, so we just had Mickey memories. So when the rumour was going around about Donald Duck memories, I was really excited to collect them, but then unfortunately they were only released in Shanghai. So I managed to get two. I bought one from a pickup, and then I bought one off a friend, I think, a few years later. But I just can't commit to getting all 12 because A, I'd have nowhere for them, and B, people want to charge you more because they had to get them from Shanghai. So I got the first one in the collection, and I chose to get this one from a pickup because I really wanted to have the first one. I wanted to see what the quality was like, what the sculpt was like, and this one actually matched the August Mickey Memories, I think, the gold and the black, so it went really well. I did love the details on these, and had they been sold in the UK I would have collected all 12 because they were all beautiful, but I just couldn't justify. I think altogether it was going to be £50 to £60 a month to collect them, and I just couldn't do that, so I just got January. But then there was one that I really wanted more than all the others, and you will have seen this if you saw my springtime plush collection video, which I think went up last month, and if you didn't see that I will leave a card up above. But I managed to get April's, which is a Sakura Donald, and he's just absolutely beautiful. I would say he was my favourite of all the ones they did in that collection, but like I said, I would have just bought them all if I could. I'm saving the best till last, like it's not usually behind me in these videos and you can see them, but this one I had to get from the US because the UK didn't get it, but I think luckily it was on sale. And I mean, this just goes to show how much things have changed, because I managed to get it shipped over and I don't think they let you do that anymore. But I got the American Donald Duck 85th plush. He's actually got a stamp on his foot saying it's for his 85th and his special edition, so he's the exact same sculpt as the Donald Duck Memories, which was really confusing to me, but he's actually a really nice plush, and he doesn't look like any of the Donald Duck Memories that they did. So he's got the same quilting as January, but in the way that January was gold and black, he is a silver body with his blue jacket, his blue hat and his red bow and tassel, so he looks a lot more like Donald than the Donald Duck Memories ones do, and I just think he's absolutely adorable. He came with a really lovely tag as well, which has that same artwork as my not so talkative one, but I just love him. But he is sadly not my favourite Donald that I own, because that goes to the one that the UK actually got, and again I got it on his 85th birthday. But now I actually remember that I didn't go because I couldn't get the day off work, so my mum went for me, and it was back in the day when the keys were around, and I think only the first few hundred people got a key, so my mum was there early, but without me sadly, because I worked at Morrison's back then, and asking for a Sunday off was just pointless because no one would ever give you a Sunday off. But she got this for me. It is by far my favourite Donald plush, and it was kind of what I was hoping for with this 90th collection. So this is him. He has a white body and then a grey beak and a grey jacket and hat, and his sculpt is much more in line with how he looked in 1934. He's even got a black and white tag as well, and I just thought he was done really well, and this is what I wanted from this year's collection. They should have done something more 1934-esque, and I would have personally really loved that because my granddad would have been 90 this year as well. So I would have loved something that looked like something that would have been around the year that my granddad was born. So I'm really disappointed with Disney in that respect, but if I can get a hold of the Disney Munchling, then I of course will, because I clearly don't have that many Donalds, so I need to get some more. But this one is my favourite, and seeing the plush that's available this year, he will stay my favourite. But that is my Donald Duck collection. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, there are a few things missing, but you will see them in other videos, don't worry. That is it from me. I hope you enjoy your weekend and have a good Sunday celebrating Donald Duck's 90th birthday. I'll be back on Tuesday for my review of the Stitch Attack Snacks plushes. I did get Stitch and Angel again this time because they were on the 2 for £30 offer, so I will be reviewing both of them for you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, and I will hopefully see you then for that video. Bye friends!